So the mainstream media has been really on it. A lot of things have been said over what happened over the weekend. I'm gonna be here just to talk about and give my own views on what I think was happening. So there are a few things that has happened. Firstly, we know that people are talking about Liverpool fans bowing on Trent. That has become a serious topic. Then we also know that they are talking about the Forest owner walking into the pitch and talking to Nuno Espirito Santos, and they think that it was really disrespectful, and they're talking about him should be leaving. Then thirdly, people are also talking about um, what has been happening with Amorim, with Tottenham Hotspurs, the positions that they are, and of course they're going to be playing in the European competition. Exactly what you think about that, and what exactly that really was going to mean. And as well, people are also talking about the disrespect that Mikel Arteta was shown by Liverpool fans as well, by that tifo that was shown on the ground. So I'm gonna get into it, and I'm gonna just give you my thoughts on the situation, and I want to hear what people think about it and how I look at it in my own view. So don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to connect. It's always important. Let's get into the video. So now, I think it's a week ago or maybe a few days ago, Trent Alexander-Arnold came on his social media, announced that he'll be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. And we have always known that this was happening. And what we know is that we know he is going to Real Madrid, a team that we can call is Liverpool's Champions League rival, especially in recent years with so many finals which we have played. We've outplayed them, and yet they beat Liverpool. I know that that has happened, as well as what they did, Sergio Ramos destroying the Mo Salah's lay hand and stuff like that. And now they're getting one of our biggest prize position, one of our biggest stars for free. And the mainstream medias are saying that we should just be okay with it. We should just be okay with it. We should not voice our opinion or what. One thing that we have to make clear before we say anything, I remember a few weeks ago, Jamie Carragher came out and he said that no any other fan deserves to tell what Liverpool fans should be feeling. No any other pundit has the right to tell Liverpool fans what they should be feeling about the situation. Can I ask a question though? And I think that's really relevant and really, really important. And it is, has anyone really had fans saying something, or was just some things that maybe I clipped on Twitter of what's happening? But they've really Liverpool fans said something about Trent Alexander not leaving? Is there? They've tried by all means to get him signed. They've tried to put some tifos in the ground, just trying to remind the owners to get the job done in signing these players. But now it becomes clear through reports, through everyone who's a reporter who always talks about the information. And now the situations are coming out of everything that happened and what really happened. And now that led to the Arsenal game when Trent Alexander-Arnold was introduced in the game and the Liverpool fans were booing him. So I get that. I get that in a game which we were supposed to, we were in control, which we were having that feel good factor, which we were in control and we were enjoying playing the game. It was 2-1 when he came in. And I think the crowd just disappeared when Trent Alexander-Arnold. And I think Arne Slot, if he's going to look at that, he will understand that this is going to be a problem putting on Trent Alexander-Arnold because the crowd is just signing off. But in terms of Liverpool showing their feelings to Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think there's no anything clear than what they did to show what they were feeling in that ground. Because I think us saying on social media, it's something that is ignored and forgotten. But I think voicing their concern by booing is a sign to tell the player that they're not happy with what he's doing. They're not happy. And I think that's the only way fans can actually say it. We are no longer, we are, of course, I know we're in the generation with somebody just holding mic and talk with the fans outside, but this is the thing. It's not happening more often. And that doesn't really tell the voice of the whole crowd. I remember people were saying that the people who are complaining and who are saying things about it, saying Trent is a traitor and stuff like that, it's in the minority. That did not feel like the minority in that ground in the FAE, in the infield. That did not feel like in the minority. And I think Sam Maguire really sums this really okay to explain where the anger and the venom of the trend of the Liverpool fans is coming from. And I'm gonna read that from what he said. He said that the lack of transparency, the long-term plotting, cowardly way he went about announcing his decision it all stings. Trent has distanced himself from Liverpool fans, the fans and the club all season. Yesterday needed to happen. Harsh but fair. This guy has really distanced himself. He has put himself away from the rest of the world, and he has been quiet, doesn't talk about everything that is happening. And all of a sudden, he keeps telling people that when he's making this decision, he'll make everyone known. But I'm told that Liverpool brought a contract 2 years ago. 2 years ago to get him signed on a long one, but he wanted to go on a free mate. The problem why Liverpool fans are angry is that some other homegrown players, some other talents, make sure that their club gets something. Jack Grealish did it when he was going to Man City. Some other talents do, even if he had put maybe a release clause in this one, even 50 million euro, it's enough. 50 million pounds is enough. At least there's something that we will not complain so much. We have something. But this guy decided to go the harsh way and went for free. You can't tell us what we feel. Don't try to remind us and say that as Liverpool fans are the ones who are morally known as the ones who says that we never walk alone. You make the feel good factor. We talk about the vibes and what. That's all your thoughts. You guys are not also happy when a player lives like that. I remember Chelsea fans going crazy about Mason Mount. Why can't we? And Mason Mount left for money. Trent left for free. Don't try to tell me that he's an academy player. You spend no penny on him. We raised him. All the things he did, the money that Liverpool put on that to develop him to where he is when he got injured when he was still an academy player for 20 years. Liverpool has always been putting money on him as he grew to go to where he is. There's money which was spent. You just choose to ignore it because it's happening in the academy level. Whenever a player is injured, he needs some recovery things. He needs to what? And the club pays for that. The club pays for that. So don't tell me that we never did anything. That's nonsense. That's what you want to do so that you justify the hypocrisy that Trent Alexander-Arnold did. And I think it was important what happened. And I'm really for it. I'm 100% really for it. So that's the story. Nottingham Forest manager came in the ground. He had the back and forth words with Nuno Espirito Santos, and people were angry. Felt like it was disrespectful of him, and it felt like Nuno should surrender and should quit and what. But it was made clear that he had noticed that Taiwan was injured as long as other players, and I think there was one change which was left in the ground to change and put another player, and he was hoping that the medical department should have waited and made the decision better. So he was talking about Nuno, about how he was disappointed that the medical department were not able to say that this boy has suffered maybe a concussion or something. They should have made the change while there was still time, because not changing a player then it costed the team. Now there is a whole entire crazy thing to think that now the social media can be a democratic place trying to attack the manager. I don't get where that is coming from. Because we know that you speak nonsense on that social media, but don't try to come in and attack a manager of Nottingham Forest. And I think what he was asking for is really fair and clear. And Nuno actually understood it. And it was not a fight between the manager and what. So whatever you take, whatever you're perceiving and how you get the situation done, we need to respect that the manager was actually, the owner of the club was coming on the right position, and he had to ask the manager, what happened? Why can't you not see what the rest of the people were seeing on the crowd, that this guy was injured? Then also, there is a situation that is happening that people need to study this. Number 16 and 17 in the Premier League is Tottenham Hotspurs, and it's Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspurs. If I tell you that those teams are going to be playing in 10 days or maybe 9 days now, going to be playing the Champions League final, you'll be shocked. But that's exactly what's going to be happening in the Europa Champions League final. Europa Champions final. You'll be really confused, but that's exactly what's going to be happening. United and Spurs are going to be playing in this position, and they're going to be playing and doing this, and we just have to be okay with it. So what people were saying is this: how are we allowing this to be okay? But we have to say it's happening because they made it to those positions. They still there. That's the only thing that is holding their season. The loser in that situation becomes the laughing town on the summer, but the winner in that situation at least there's a small saving grace. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But that's where we are. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. I hope you heard my thoughts on the Trent Alexander-Arnold situation and what I think of over everything that is happening on the social. Like the video and subscribe to Connect. I'm out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect.